How's it going, everybody, and welcome to another session of the Let's Talk Show by Interlingua. I am Mike, and as usual, today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. H to the O to the L to the I to the D to the A to the Y S. I got it, yo! We're going to talk about holidays. What is your favorite holiday? Which holidays do you celebrate on a regular basis? Which ones do you like to celebrate personally or alone? And which ones do you like to celebrate with family? Which ones do you celebrate? Which ones you don't care about it at all? Be sure to participate in the comment section to tell us your opinion because you are as important as the guests of this show, who, by the way, are very interested in some specific holidays, but we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, let's cover some common ground, but without further ado, let's bring them out. Coming back to the Let's Talk Show, we have Maripaz and Jordi. What's up, everyone? Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, guys. Good to see all of you, and thank you so much for taking your time to participate once more in this show. Because of your religion, or the lack of it, because it can be, are there any holidays that you can't celebrate, or are there some ones that you do and you just don't care? Maripaz.
No, not at all, I think. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness myself, so I get to celebrate everything. And especially since we moved to a part of Coyoacan that celebrates a lot of religious holidays. I think every weekend they have a procession, and every weekend they have a religious saint. I think I think they celebrate a specific saint every weekend because there are so many churches around, and listen to the fireworks. And sometimes you can go around and have something to eat and go around the church. And I think it is a very lively environment. It's very amazing that makes people are something. And I think I'm an agnostic, but leaning more towards Buddhism lately. And Buddha wouldn't care if I celebrate whatever. I think, man, he would be like, have a good time, like, go on.
Do they have a special day? I mean, I wouldn't go far to call them holidays, but is there a specific day in the year in which Buddhism, focuses on something, or to just go with the flow, sister?
They do gather for some pujas and they meditate around the birth of Buddha, but it is not something that I believe even Buddha would encourage. And he's not a god, he's some guy who brought you the knowledge, the enlightenment. Not like here is how the world works. But he's not like, I'm a prophet, make status of me and adore me, revere me. That's not how it works for me, at least. So I've gone maybe twice to Centro Budista in Mexico, but I'm not that into it.
Okay. What about you, Jordi? Is there a holiday that you can celebrate, or that you do due to your religion, or the lack of it?
Not really. I mean, I think it's quite evident that since I am not Christian, I shouldn't be celebrating Christmas, for example. But the thing is that my family, my wife's family, they are all Christians or Catholics. So when we go see them and whatnot, we have to participate up to a certain level in those in the traditions. Maybe not in the celebrations or the rituals themselves, but in the traditions. Gather, have them put together and whatnot. But I think that is the only one, like something that I am not supposed to celebrate. Really, I mean, I don't think the gods get angry if I spend time with my family. I mean, and in the end, by the way, instead of Christmas, I am supposed to have Yule, and that is like a 10, 12 days festival where basically you just eat. But that is what we do from Christmas to New Year. So we just eat and drink and have fun. So technically, I'm doing that. So
That is a glorious season, if you ask me.
yeah, it is.
Alrighty. However, are there any, because sometimes we get, what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes we get, I don't want to say lost, but we go along with certain ideas of consumerism, and a lot of the current holidays, if not pretty much all of them, because they all make a profit, or most of them make a profit, they are all driven because of merchandising sales, because of one concept that makes people go to buy some stuff. Do you feel that maybe the essence of the spirit of some of those holidays gets lost because of those reasons, because of money-driven intentions? Very bad.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I love Christmas, and it is a very consumption-driven holiday. So I don't know. I try to buy from some local markets. I try to buy as much as I can, like something that is maybe thrifted. I have a Christmas present because I start buying them since June. I'm I'm already in Christmas mode. And I got it from a thrift shop for my sister, and I think she will love it. She'll be very excited about it. But you can do as much as you can. My family also preserves the spirit of Christmas. So, we have this figure of baby Jesus, and we sing to it, and we sing the baby to sleep. I do all of that.
Oh,
But I think for us it has shifted. It is not the Catholic tradition. It is more about family, and I think most of us for Christmas and New Year's, it is about getting back to your roots and seeing your family, and getting back in touch with them.
fair enough. What about you, Jordi? What do you think?
Yeah, I personally think a lot of modern day holidays have like some level of consumerism and capitalism in them. And when I'm not a big fan of that. For example, on Christmas, I always tell my wife, you don't have to buy me anything. It's fine. Let's have dinner together, and that's it. That's all I want. Let's have dinner together. But she likes presents, so she buys me something, and I buy her something in return. Not because I have to say, but because I want to. Because she's enthusiastic about the exchange of presents, but I'm not a big fan. So yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing that, guys. And now I can't hold this back any longer. Maripaz already mentioned that she's very passionate about Christmas. She's already preparing for this year's Christmas. But I mean, out of every single holiday, why does Christmas stands out for you the most? Why is Christmas the most meaningful in your case, Maripaz?
Um, I guess because it's the only time I really get to see all of my family on my mother's side of the family that we all get together in Christmas. But they live in different states and now even in different countries. So really, Christmas is the only time that we can get together and like just have some time, have some fun. And the thing is, we always plan it in like a specific place. Oh my god, that had to be sorry.
Oh,
We always plan it. So we've gone to Playa del Carmen, Tasco, Puebla, Querétaro, Monterrey, and it is a whole experience. And we usually stay together during Christmas and New Year's Eve as well. So it's like a whole week in which we do everything. We pack it all in 1 week. So that is why I really love Christmas. And I don't have to deck the halls. I don't have to decorate my home. That's something that I'm not that passionate about. But if I see something Christmas related, I think, oh, my family is going to love this little snowman or whatever. We are used to this idea of Christmas that is also very foreign to us with snow and then Santa Claus. And yes, I think we made do with what we could to celebrate at least once a year. So yeah, I get ready maybe 6 months before it, and my aunts also because they like to cook, so they make everything. They make the pork loins and the codfish. They make romeritos. They make everything that you can. And I love Christmas food. Really, I freeze it, and then I'm on my birthday eating codfish, and I think I love everything about it. Now I get excited when I see the Christmas lights and the trees. And I know about the pollution and how much electricity you must use in order to keep that up. But I don't know, I think it's something to get excited about for a lot of people as well.
all right. I think you spoke for all of us when you mentioned that you love Christmas food or, that season because of the food. I mean, I think everyone can agree on that. But, religious, non-religious, Christmas related, non-Christmas related. We all love those days. Even Kentucky, I just said the place. I didn't say the whole sentence. Copyright. Even Kentucky has a special menu for that, which I love, and I'm looking forward to taste it this year as well. Jordi, something caught my attention really, really, really strongly about what you mentioned to me yesterday, is that you are also quite, as our viewers know, you are quite fond of other cultures around the world. And now, as a part of your life, you do celebrate, or you really take part in holidays from other countries and from other cultures. Would you care to mention which ones? Please.
All right, yeah. Let's start with the one that is like easiest to process. Well, I spent some time amongst Catalans, so I got a lot of their traditions and whatnot. So there is one, for example, they don't really celebrate, or in theory, they don't really celebrate Valentine's, because Lovers Day, or love, friendship and love and everything, that happens on April 23rd. April 23rd also happens to be St. George's Day, or as they call it in Catalonia, they call it Sant Jordi. Well, Dia de Sant Jordi. It's the patron saint over there. So that's Sant Jordi. It's like celebrate friendship and love, and it's also International Book Day, I guess. So they put everything together, and the idea is that you gift books, you give roses to the people you love. In theory, it has to be like your partner, but you can give presents to any person you love. And on that day, all the streets, because in Barcelona, in Girona, in those places, they have like a little balconies, right? So in that day, they decorate everything, and you see roses everywhere. And in principle, it was like red roses, but now you can find red, white, yellow roses, and it's like super cool. And they even have this saying, and they say, per Sant Jordi es tradició, un llibre, una rosa y un petó. Like for St. George, you have to give a book, a rose, and a kiss. So that is something that I actually celebrate at home. Like my wife and I don't do much on Valentine's, and we wait until April, and then I tell her, you know what? Let's go to the bookstore and choose whatever you want. And I'm not kidding. Like on that day, we can spend like 1,000, 2,000 pesos in books. Yeah, because it's something we kind of like to do.
That's beautiful. Holidays that you share. And what about the holidays that you know about that, because probably they don't exist anymore, or they're practiced even less from people nowadays, but that you are very interested in? Which ones can you mention me?
Let me do that. Are not longer celebrated? I don't know, because many of the traditions I like, they are still celebrated, but not as much. For example, my traditions, those are the ones that I can tell you. I don't really see them celebrated here because, for example, Midsommar. I mean, people don't celebrate Midsommar here in Mexico, right? But I that's something that I definitely love to do. Like the dancing, drinking, eating, the maypole and everything. What else? Well, as I mentioned, Yule, people kind of celebrate it. They just eat and drink and have fun together. So it kind of counts. So I don't think so. Well, there is this one that I wrote about, the Welsh tradition, the Mari Lwyd, the one with the horse skull. I love that one, and I think that's interesting, to say the least. It's curious, but it's not something that you would see here. I don't know why. I don't think it's something people here would like to celebrate. I think it looks like weird. I don't know.
I get it. I mean, it's a crazy world out there. Many different cultures, many different protocols, many different beliefs. I mean, the important thing is that just, to be open-minded about it. At least that's my perspective on it. Maripaz, so as of today, August? Yes, it's August, right?
Yeah.
Please tell me it's August. Yeah.
Yes.
There wasn't a fail in the metrics. As of today, August, you're already preparing for this year's Christmas. Do you have anything more landed on? Do you have anything planned or really figured out about this year's Christmas with you and your family?
No, I feel that we are a little bit behind this year. I'm really freaking out about it already.
You got 3 or 4 months left.
It's part of the excitement, Mike. It's part of the build-up until this day when you see everyone like, you scream.
Okay.
So we have to decide on where, the location that we're going to spend this year's Christmas. We have no idea. We don't know what we're going to do. The menu is usually the same. Now we innovate a little bit sometimes, but we haven't decided on a lot of things yet. That's a big problem. About the about the presents, I've always wanted to make T-shirts for my family because I like lino printing and I like stencil making.
I love
So
t-shirts. I love
I have one. I have a stencil that I wanted to make, and make a big B for my family's last name, and then put it there. And I have all of this planned in my head, and I haven't been able to do it. But this might be the year, so I'm asking around sizes and colors and the preference of everyone. And we are not such a big family. Really, we are maybe 12 people. My cousins decided they didn't want children. We have like only one niece. That's it.
Wow.
So it's going to be easy. No, we don't need that much. So yeah, I think we would love to hang out by the beach this year, but I'm not sure. We have to get the tickets, everything. So I hope we decide this month.
What was the location of any Christmas that you spent with your family that you would call your favorite one and you would really like to go back?
Oh, that's a hard one, I think.
Out of the ones you mentioned, my personal favorite would be Tasco. Like, I love that place. I would really like to spend Christmas over there. Damn.
Which was the one? I have very, very fond memories of all of those places. Because I remember when we went to Monterrey one year, my mother had a full cast of her leg because she fell, and we were driving her around in the wheelchair, and
Wow.
like, it was really great. We went to the parks, places with my mom, and I love the one in Playa del Carmen because yes, we got to go to the ocean and swim and just get a little bit of color, be under the sun for a while. So I really loved that one because we had a great time. But I also love the ones that we spent in someone else's house, because you get to your aunt's house and they are like, do you want some Christmas cookies? And do you want this Christmas chocolate?
Wow.
And no, I think I really gained like 10 pounds each Christmas because I kept letting everything is so delicious and you're
Yeah.
drinking your wine and your beer and saying it is our own version, I believe, of this carnivals and this great like Saturnalias. It has become that type of thing for many people, so including my family. So each place has been great. I think we haven't ever tried San Miguel de Allende. We only go there
Okay.
for an afternoon because it's close to Querétaro, close to Puebla. But we would have to make reservations. But it's a beautiful place. If you haven't been,
It is.
it's amazing.
It is. All right, guys. So, unfortunately, it is almost time to wrap things up. But before we do, let's move on to one of my favorite sections of the show, the rapid fire round. Number 1. Holiday or celebration that you consider underrated. Maribas.
April Fools. We should do work.
Jordi.
Underrated. I mean, it's a Christian holiday, but St. Patrick's.
Cheers. All right. Now, your birthday. Love it or hate it? Maribas.
Oh, I also love my birthday. I make a whole week. Like,
Ah, okay.
and I eat a lot of cake. I think it's great.
Jordi?
I hate my birthday. I completely despise my birthday.
I knew it.
Yeah, I know. My wife tries to make me feel fine on my birthday, and she hates and everything, but I don't like my birthday.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I was thinking of you when I created this question. I was like, I think Jordi strikes me as a person that doesn't care at all.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Alrighty. But, however, I think we have all met people who were born in probably Christmas, in
Yeah.
New Year's Day. Me personally, I was born in St. Valentine's Day. So, in your personal opinion, guys, people born on the same day of a holiday, is it a blessing or a curse? Maritas.
It depends on the person. Just like Jordi, because I have a friend who was born on Valentine's Day. He hates it because he's a lonely boy. He's like, oh, everyone is with their boyfriend and girlfriend, and I'm here. Like,
Wow. Okay.
but my cousin, one of my cousins, was born on that day, and she also makes a whole thing out of her birthday with, heart balloons and like maybe a pink or a red cake. Yeah, she really loves it.
Fair enough. What about you, Jordi?
I don't know. I think it depends on the person. Because
Yeah.
like me, being born on a holiday would be like a blessing because everyone would be so focused on the holiday that they would forget about your birthday. But
Interesting take.
for some other people, it might be like the opposite. Like no one remembers like my birthday. So I think it depends on the birthday.
Okay. Okay. Now, the big guns.
Yeah.
A regular day, not necessarily a holiday, but a regular day that means a lot to you in which you probably do something close to celebrating or just do something out of the ordinary. A regular day, you have your reasons. Which one is it and why? Maripas.
Some regularly.
I got you thinking. I got you thinking.
No, I think for a lot of us couples, our anniversary, is a special day when you
Okay.
together with your special someone. This is going to sound like very corny, but I think you have to make every day special. It's not about Valentine's. It's not about your anniversary. It's one day you're like, oh, I love you. And I think it's more about an everyday thing.
Fair enough. Jordi?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, it's like an everyday thing. Like any day can be special if you want it to be special. So you really have to wait for a special occasion to do something. Yeah.
Pretty much. But is there a day that you particularly celebrate that means a lot to you? Internally, personally, individually?
Not really. I mean, like as I said, I celebrate when things happen. Like for example, when my wife gets a promotion, I make like the best food I can cook. When something cool happens, I do my best. Like yeah, it's like about make every day count or something like that. I don't know.
Guys, thank you so much for sharing everything that you did. This was fun. You can breathe now. You can relax.
Yes.
We are done for this show. But once again, thank you so much for participating and taking time from your lives to be here with us in the Let's Talk show. And as always, you're always welcome here.
Thank you. It's always super cool to be here.
Good to see all of you and good to see all of our viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, be aware of the new Let's Talk show on a weekly basis, at which day and at which time we uploaded it, so you can catch up with us. Maripas was with us. Jordi was with us. Eric Rios was in the controls. Poncho was in charge of the editing. I am Mike. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bye.